New General Hospital spoilers from Monday, January 19th to Friday, January 23rd. Is death about to call on someone in Port Charles? It certainly sounds that way based on teasers related to Elizabeth and Lucas. Elsewhere, Sunny pulls Ava's strings, Joss gets an update, and we're pretty sure that Jason has good reason to be worried about Britt. General Hospital spoilers for Monday, January 19th. Now that Willow's been found not guilty of shooting Drew, how long until the truth comes out? Someone is about to get not only an offer from Sunny, but one that is downright cryptic. Could this be why Dante is feeling conflicted? Anna's been through a lot over the years, but what's about to unfold will leave her downright horrified. Nina might want to watch her step around Drew after he issues a pretty serious threat. General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, January 20th. Proving that the GH team is second to none, Elizabeth and Lucas rush into action when they're called upon to do so. Britt asks Jason out on a date. Hey, maybe this time they won't run into Carly. Ava will no doubt be interested in what Trina has to say. New guy in town, Cullum, is large and in charge, making it clear by issuing a new set of orders. Things are definitely tense when Michael and Chase cross paths. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, January 21st. What has Mayor Collins so alarmed? Will Jason accept the unexpected offer he receives from Tracy? And what exactly is she proposing? Mina is on hand to offer a bit of guidance to Kai. Agent Joss reports for duty and is immediately briefed by Brennan. Who will be on the receiving end of the very, very bad news Lucas must deliver? General Hospital spoilers for Thursday, January 22nd. Britt is backed into a corner, but if we know the britch, that's when she comes out swinging. Meanwhile, Jason finds himself extremely suspicious. Will Nathan be able to help Emma? The future is looming large in the minds of Brooklyn and Chase. What manages to catch Lucas and Marco off guard? General Hospital spoilers for Friday, January 23rd. You'd think Ava knows all Sunny's tricks by now, but he manages to manipulate her once again. Does Jason have good reason to be worried about Britt? Jordan arranges for two people to get better acquainted. What news does Curtis receive that leaves him feeling relieved? General Hospital spoilers hint that WSB Director Ross Cullum may order Britt Westbourne to dump Jason Morgan. Will Jens Sidwell's ally deliver a fierce warning? It's clear that Britt is under serious pressure when it comes to the work she's expected to do on César Faison's final project. Cullum definitely seems to value Britt's knowledge and family connection to Faison. However, there have been some challenges due to the move from the Five Poppies and all the recent lab drama with Professor Henry Hank Dalton. Sidwell and Cullum are ready for Britt to buckle down and get to work in the new lab on Spoon Island. Of course, Cullum may grow increasingly concerned with Britt's distractions. Between Britt's job as a doctor and this budding romance with Jason, Cullum may not think she's focused enough on the task at hand. That said, Cullum doesn't want to go to the extreme of making Britt disappear from the life she's rebuilt. It'd draw too much attention considering Britt's high-profile return from the grave. Nevertheless, Cullum could toss some serious warnings around to make sure Britt falls in line. Perhaps Cullum will indeed warn Britt that she could essentially become a Spoon Island captive if she doesn't cooperate. Then again, Cullum might threaten to make Jason vanish instead if Britt doesn't break things off with him. Maybe Cullum will insist it'll be better for everyone if Britt dumps Jason and concentrates on their project. GH 2026 preview spoilers already pointed to Sidwell's criminal partner, causing a hurdle for Britt and Jason's budding relationship. Cullum may be a bit obsessed with Britt on top of everything else and work to shut down her Jason connection. Regardless, Cullum is apparently the mysterious C behind the note with Britt's medication package. Director Cullum may remind Britt that her meds are still at stake here, while pushing her to end things with Jason Assop. General Hospital spoilers for the week of January 19th, 2026 tease a tense stretch in Port Charles. Willow's verdict explodes through every circle. Sunny fires back hard. Britt faces crushing pressure. Portia reaches for peace. These General Hospital spoilers for the week of January 19th, 2026 promise non-stop drama. Willow's acquittal sends shockwaves through town. She feels a quick rush of relief as the jury clears her. Drew celebrates a future he believes is finally within reach. His promises grow sweeter as Willow leans into every hopeful word. She fuels his dreams while hiding her darker truth. However, Willow keeps plotting behind the scenes. She sees a new opening after the verdict and moves fast. Her gratitude tour brings her straight to Chase, who uncovered the evidence that saved her. He listens as Willow thanks him for destroying Michael's alibi. He stays humble while she treats him like a hero. ADA. Justine Turner refuses to slow down. She shifts her attention toward Michael and prepares a deeper probe. His lies spark new suspicion, and she pushes for heavier scrutiny. Alexis watches this happen and feels her guilt grow. She knows she helped Willow escape justice. Michael soon feels the heat wrapping around him. Old mistakes rise again, and Turner refuses to let anything slide. Sunny senses Turner's next move and prepares a response. His counterstrike builds slowly, but promises strength. Both sides lock into a power battle with no sign of retreat. Sunny steps forward and counters Turner's pressure. He protects his family with his usual fire. Turner sees his moves and holds firm. Their conflict grows sharper as each pushes for control. Neither plans to lose the upper hand this week. Meanwhile, Nina avoids celebrating Willow's win too loudly. She senses something more dangerous forming. Drew's behavior unsettles her. She feels a storm approaching, but she does not know the truth yet. Willow is the shooter, and Drew's memory is close to cracking. Nina's fear rises with every clue she sees. Carly overhears Britt's tense exchange with Brennan and warns Jason to keep his distance. She believes Britt's situation is far too messy. Jason listens but refuses to judge. He knows she is trapped in a brutal corner. Britt, however, chooses distance for herself. Marco's threats push her toward a painful decision. She believes pushing Jason away will save him. Her heart cracks as she shuts him out, but Jason stands firm. He refuses to step back and stays committed to their connection. Portia focuses on healing. She reaches out to Trina again and works to ease their tension. Her efforts come from a place of regret and reflection. She hopes Trina will see her sincerity. Trina listens, but moves slowly. She wants peace, but still guards her heart. Their conversations gain warmth as the week progresses. Each step feels small, yet meaningful. Their bond shows early signs of repair as they choose patience over pressure. General Hospital spoilers for Monday, January 19th reveal that Drew Kane will decide he'll stick with his end of the Willow-Kane bargain, while Faison torments Anna Devane. Harrison Chase will also face a prison threat, so here's what GH fans can look forward to. Now that Willow has received a not guilty verdict, Alexis Davis will corner Drew and point out that she did her job. Since Alexis came through for Drew by scoring Willow's freedom, she'll expect Drew to come through for her, too. Of course, Alexis will be talking about continued Scout Quartermain access, but Drew might have more hoops for her to jump through. It's possible Drew will make more demands and push Alexis to get Willow's kids back next. As for Trina Robinson, she'll tell Kai Taylor that maybe Willow going free isn't such a terrible thing after all. Trina will change her perspective and share why she now feels this way in Monday's GH episode. In the meantime, ADA Justine Turner will warn that Chase may be the one who ends up in prison, thanks to his interference in Willow's case. Over with Sonny Corinthos, he'll make a promise to Michael Corinthos after hearing jury updates. Sonny will vow to make sure Michael doesn't go down for Drew's shooting following Willow's acquittal. In captivity, Anna will face more manipulation. Although Anna got the phlebotomy she needed, she's also receiving another type of treatment that's causing paranoia and hallucinations. Anna imagined Liesl Obrecht was playing nurse, and now believes Cesar Faison is talking to her through the speaker system. The trouble will continue in Monday's show as Pascal keeps messing with Anna's head. Faison will tell Anna that she could never be rid of him, but it'll obviously just be Pascal pulling off a gaslighting plot. General Hospital spoilers say Anna will be terrified anyway due to whatever drug she's being given. So stick with us for all the alarming news ahead in this storyline. The return of Diane Miller to General Hospital is more than a simple comeback. It is a moment layered with emotion, resilience, and powerful storytelling that resonates deeply with longtime viewers. After months away from the canvas, Diane's reappearance feels earned, meaningful, and unmistakably triumphant. Portrayed by Carolyn Hennessy since late 2006, Diane has long been one of Port Charles' sharpest legal minds, impeccably dressed, razor-tongued, and fearless in the courtroom. Her unexpected absence in late 2025 was the result of a real-life accident that left Hennessy with a severe leg injury, requiring 2 surgeries and a long recovery. Rather than writing around her absence, the show made a thoughtful and humane choice, integrating that reality directly into Diane's storyline. When Diane returns on January 13, 2026, she does so in a wheelchair, mirroring Hennessy's real-life recovery. Far from weakening the character, this choice adds depth and authenticity. Diane is temporarily slowed physically, but her intellect, authority, and moral clarity remain untouched. If anything, her presence feels even stronger, her vulnerability underscoring just how formidable she truly is. Her return could not come at a more critical moment. Port Charles is embroiled in legal chaos surrounding the shooting of Drew Kane, with Alexis Davis at the center of a moral and professional crisis. Alexis, Diane's closest friend and longtime law partner, has been defending Willow Tate, even as evidence increasingly suggests Willow may be guilty. The strain is evident. Alexis is torn between her ethical duty, personal fear, and the devastating consequences of acknowledging the truth. This is where Diane steps back into the story with quiet force. In their first scenes together, the chemistry between Diane and Alexis crackles with history, loyalty, and unspoken understanding. Diane listens, really listens, as Alexis confesses her doubts and her fear of what exposing the truth might cost. Though seated in a wheelchair, Diane's presence dominates the room. Her advice is blunt, pragmatic, and deeply rooted in the legal code both women live by. A defense attorney must defend even when the truth is inconvenient, but never without recognizing the human cost. Diane's return also signals something larger within the narrative. She is not just Alexis's sounding board. She is a moral compass at a time when justice in Port Charles feels dangerously compromised. Her scenes carry the weight of experience, someone who has seen corruption, survived it, and refuses to look away. The wheelchair becomes a symbol, not of limitation, but of survival. Diane is wounded, but unbowed. Fans have embraced this evolution wholeheartedly, in part because they followed Hennessy's real-life recovery through candid social media updates. Her openness, sharing frustrations, humor, gratitude, and vulnerability deepened the bond between actress and audience. That connection now translates on screen, giving Diane's journey an emotional realism rarely achieved in daytime television. As Diane wheels back into law offices and courtrooms, new questions emerge. Will opponents underestimate her? Will she use that perception to her advantage? Can she help Alexis navigate the looming fallout of the Willow case without sacrificing her own integrity? These questions promise compelling drama in the weeks ahead. Ultimately, Diane Miller's return is a reminder of why General Hospital endures. It blends real-life humanity with heightened drama, honoring both the character and the actress behind her. Diane is back, still sharp, still fearless, still indispensable. Port Charles may be unraveling, but with Diane Miller back in play, one thing is certain: the truth is no longer safe from exposure. General Hospital spoilers for January 19th to 23rd, 2026 reveal Michael Corinthos being in trouble and Sonny Corinthos scrambling. As we always do on Early Edition Day, we start with what's coming the rest of this week. Then we dive into what is ahead next week. On Wednesday, January 14th, we've got Jens Sidwell saying to one of his men she was getting too close, so he had to improvise. And I think Sidwell's talking about why he had to kidnap Anna Devane. I do wonder also in this wrestling match if Pascal is going to get the better of Anna. I mean, he's a bigger guy and a stronger guy. A 2026 GH spoiler said that Anna was going to make an escape attempt and would be thwarted. Plus, even if she got away from Pascal, there's armed security everywhere. Clearly, Anna is not going anywhere anytime soon until she's rescued, which is coming. Carly Corinthos Spencer gets some useful information when she is eavesdropping. This is her listening in on Jack Brennan and Britt Westbourne, talking about plotting to trap Sidwell and get his research he has her doing for the WSB so that the WSB can have it. Meanwhile, Brennan is yelling to somebody, "What the hell are you doing in my room?" The question is he venting at Carly? It looks like she slipped on a robe to make it seem like she was in his room waiting for sex. I think she's going to try to play it off as something intimate. It was kind of ironic because Valentine Cassadine was just asking Carly how long she's going to keep sleeping with a man she dislikes that much, and she may have to do it again. We'll see. It's a close call for Valentine this week. Ava Jerome caught him at Windermere, but it looks like he is going to get away. Then Ava tells somebody he's just full of surprises, isn't he? I think she's talking about Valentine because Ava is going to tell Sidwell that she caught Valentine lurking in the house. She may tell him what he was doing, that he was creeping around the fireplace looking for the lever for the secret door, which she said she had taken out. Plus, Jason Morgan is comparing notes with Elizabeth Weber. It could be about the Willow Tate versus Michael situation at trial and her testimony. Obviously, Jason's not going to hold it against her. Elizabeth just said what happened. Plus, while he's over at the hospital, Jason runs into Britt and asks if she wants to go out with him tonight, and she's going to say yes. This is even though Brad Cooper told Britt that Jason will always choose other people above her. She's just a smitten kitten. Brad is going to ask Jason to stay away from Britt, as we predicted was going to happen, but I don't think he's going to listen. Carly tells somebody this is a disaster, and it looks like she's back in her attic talking to Valentine. Whether or not Jack caught her snooping or he's yelling at somebody else, obviously Carly knows it's bad. I do think Jack caught her. Then, of course, Ava caught Valentine doing the same. Both of them have lost the element of surprise. That means Valentine needs to get to Sidwell sooner rather than later. Sonny is after answers. He and Alexis Davis are talking, and Sonny is saying that somebody has to take the fall to make this go away. I wonder if Alexis violated her oath as a lawyer and told Sonny that Willow shot Drew Kane Quartermain, and that she's scared Willow is going to get a not guilty verdict, and then Michael will come under scrutiny. If Sonny can find a red herring like Sidwell, that would be a good thing for the DA to focus on. On Thursday, January 15th, we've got Laura Spencer winding up playing peacemaker. It could be between her brother, Martin Gray, and Tracy Quartermain, because Tracy is even angrier now that she knows Drew left Ned Quartermain for dead, and that Martin eavesdropped on Tracy and Michael and gave the info to Alexis. I loved that when Olivia Falconeri came down with the gun, Martin was just like, "I'm out," and he just left, which was the smart thing to do. Carly spends some time reconnecting with Jocelyn Jacks on Thursday. Of course, Carly's daughter is still worried about Valentine being on the loose. I wonder if Carly might accidentally tip Jocelyn off by just being weird, especially if she asks to get something out of the attic, or just by Carly trying to rush her out the door. Gio Palmieri and Emma Scorpio Drake take things to the next level, and it looks like they may make love. They've got Anna's place all to themselves. Plus, Brooklyn Quartermain gets defensive about Harrison Chase, and it may be about his involvement in Willow's case. She may be facing off with Dante Falconeri, or with Tracy, or with anybody else in the family that might have some issue. Jason takes Britt out on a date on Thursday. They're going to go to the axe-throwing joint. Jason's looking pretty impressed when Britt hits the target. I mean, come on. Cesar Faison and Liesl Obrecht probably had her throwing axes when she was a toddler. Obviously, Brad's going to be an issue and an obstacle for this romance, because he does not trust Jason with his best friend's heart. On Friday, January 16th, we've got Nina Reeves putting Drew on notice. Nina blames all of Willow's problems squarely on Drew, and she wants Willow to leave him. Nina may warn Drew just to sit down, shut up, and not make anything worse until they get this verdict. Anna is in for a shock. She's not going to get away running off, but I do wonder if she may see enough while she's trying to make an escape attempt to realize she's on Spoon Island and that she's still in Port Charles. Alexis has to explain her actions. Drew or Willow may have some questions like, why was Alexis so late to court? Why was her closing so lackluster? Why did she name-drop Willow instead of Michael at that one eyebrow-raising point of her closing? Was that a Freudian slip? Was it intentional? Also, we saw Diane Miller in a wheelchair at the law office. By the way, if you don't know it, actress Carolyn Hennessy tripped while trying not to trip over her doggie and broke her leg pretty badly. She is at present back on her feet, but at the time these scenes filmed, the actress was still recovering. Willow anxiously awaits her fate. That verdict is coming. Chase is there for Dante on Friday. Going into the week of January 19th through the 23rd, Alexis may win in court, but still face some issues seeing Scout Kane, because Drew is inevitably going to find out that Willow shot him. My money is on a not guilty verdict on General Hospital. We'll see. Then, the DA may instantly shift attention over to Michael. Charlotte Cassadine is going to sneak away from her protective detail. While searching for her, we're going to see some sparks fly between Nathan West and Lulu Spencer. Martin's facing serious trouble from Tracy. Nina has to deal with Brennan, who's looking to cash in his favor by trying to get info on Valentine. We may get some Rick Lansing scenes soon. If Willow gets that not guilty verdict, she may push for a custody hearing. Valentine's determined to protect Charlotte, and it may cost him his life. Britt and Jason are soon stranded in a blizzard, and Britt may spill the beans about what's really going on in her life. Anna gets a shocking blast from her past soon. Dante, Sunny, and others worry and wonder what comes next after this verdict. Portia Robinson has to face the paternity test soon. Valentine may circle back to Sidwell very soon with the information that Brennan is working with Britt against him. Plus, Cody Bell and Molly Lansing Davis are boyfriend-girlfriend official. But their troubles are not over yet. Subscribe for more.